just shouldn't have to be worried that, not that I'm worried. I don't like being watched, and I shouldn't have to deal with that while I'm here. I should be able to just go to his room or sit in the ICU and not have to worry about it. But they told me out of their own mouth that they watch my TikTok. So now I'm wondering, are they watching me here? Are they watching? Am I on the phone too long? Will they come in here next and pull me in that room and say, well, you're disturbing the other people. I've been watching you. You know, there was a couple times you got loud. So if you need to make a phone call, you need to step. You know what I'm saying? So now I watch everything I do. Am I on the phone too long? Am I talking too loud? Like all the things. They've made me very uncomfortable. That one person. Now they had another person back there with them, and he works on the ICU ward. I guess he's a nurse. Why they brought them with them, I don't know. Now he didn't say he was watching my social media, but the other one did. I'm trying to. It's easier said than done. I know I shouldn't. It shouldn't even cross my mind, but it has. I can't help the way I feel. Like I'm just trying to be here to see my son. But what they have done has traumatized me because, I mean, I'm in the wrong. I admit there was people kept bringing food, you know, and it's true. But and I'm good with that. I fixed that. But I can't fix that he watches or they watch my TikTok. I can't get that out of my mind because they shouldn't be watching it to begin with, in my opinion. But they have that right. It makes me uncomfortable. I can. What I meant about the food is, and somebody made food. They said, would you like something to eat? And I said, well, you could make me some fried potatoes and onions and a little thing of cornbread. Instead of making a portion for two people, they brought this huge pan of cornbread. And I'm thankful for it. But it was huge. It was way more than the two of us could eat. And it was good. But then it was sitting on the little table. And there was just a lot of food. And they said, because it was excessive amount, and I agree that I couldn't have it there. So now, if I'm eating up there, you know, I can have what I can eat, but anything else, I either have to take outside or, you know, it can't be in the waiting room. That's all I'm saying. You can talk if you want to. I don't care. Or you can watch I'm just saying. But now I feel so uncomfortable, I don't even want to go up to the waiting room. I don't even want to go up there. If I go upstairs, I go to my boy's room. When I get done in my boy's room, I walk all the way down here. And I didn't want to do that because it's a very long walk. It's a long walk to get from here to where he's at. And it hurts my sciatic nerve. So I've been sitting in there. But since they've done what they've done, or said that they've watched my TikTok, I don't feel comfortable sitting up there because they walk through. They have to be there. That's their job. I'm not faulting them. I'm just saying they walk through. I see them all the time. And when I see them, in my mind, they're watching me. Whether they are, whether they ain't, because I know they watch my social media, that's how I feel. I don't know why they're watching my. I can't answer that. I have no idea. Should they have the right to? I mean, I guess anybody could watch it. But they're part of the care team, like, that's taking care of my son. Why do they care what I post? You know? No, I'm talking, when I say they're amazing, I'm talking about the nurses and doctors that actually take care of Eddie. They are amazing. Everybody in that room is amazing. They are. You couldn't ask for a better set of caregivers. But this person I'm talking about doesn't come in there and care for Eddie. I think they're over the nurses, like a nurse supervisor or something. So they're not hands-on with my boy. they're over, I guess, the ones that are. I don't know. But I am going to get like a patient advocate, or I'm going to go in here and see who I can find that will help me, like when I get stressed out, say about this, or I don't know. I don't know what I need one for, but hang on. Somebody is a nurse and said something. I'm trying to find. Nurse here. It's a privacy issue, HIPAA concern. I'm sorry this is happening to you. I disagree, because the only thing I say on my videos pertains to me and my son. I don't show anybody. I don't, it's me or my son. I'm not videoing. I don't see censored information. Now, I do hear things because I'm in the ICU waiting room. I know what the other people, because I can hear them. It doesn't come from the doctors. It doesn't come from the nurses. It comes from the people in the waiting room. Who's breaking HIPAA? I am, or they are? Oh, they're breaking HIPAA. I mean, I'm just posting my story. I try not to get anybody else involved. Oh, no, we're not talking about the nurses. They watch my social media. The nurse, the person that talked to me told me to my face, they watch my social media. I don't watch them. They watch mine. And when they pulled me in that room, they told me to my face, I watch your social media. You said something about a nurse. And I said, I did. I'm allowed to have my opinion. The other nurses, you get paid to do a job. And this particular nurse, I was aggravated. I saw him roll his eyes. Eddie hadn't had his medicine on time, and it aggravated me. And I said that. I said, some nurses go above and beyond. You are paid to do a job. If you are paid to be in this square, to clean inside this square, you are paid to do that. The other nurses clean inside the square, all the corners on the outside, like they do more. And that's okay. You don't have to do more. Okay? And they heard me say that he doesn't do all the things the other nurses do, but by no means did I say he was a bad nurse. I did not. I've always spoke highly of every medical and doctor, nurse, like they're all amazing. But they said, oh, I've watched your TikTok. I said, you watch my TikToks? And they said, yes. And I heard you say something about a nurse. And then they said, do you have a problem? I said, obviously, if I thought it was a problem, I would have asked to have had him removed from my son's care. I didn't say nothing about that. I said I saw him roll his eyes when somebody above him asked about medicine that he hadn't gave to him yet, that he was supposed to have already had. And he rolled his eyes and said something to the effect of, I haven't got to it yet, but it's not that late, or something like that. It wasn't that far behind, but I saw him roll his eyes. That's my son laying in that bed. And I understand you've got a lot of things to do. But I saw him roll his eyes like, well, I'll get to it later. And that aggravated me, because that's my son. He didn't do it to me, though. So I was aggravated that he did that. And I said what I said. And I'm allowed to have my opinion. But they got on my social media, that's one particular person, and said they were watching my social media and asked me about the nurse. I said, obviously, if you watch the video, then you'll know I said nothing negative about the nurse. He's an amazing nurse. You have to do with your job. You don't have to do any more. And all I said was, he's doing his job. He's not doing all the extra, but he's doing his job. Well, and I'm sure. But why were they on my TikTok to start with? Why were they watching my TikTok? They could have just came and said, hey, ma'am, we've heard somewhere along the line that, you may have an issue with a nurse. No. They looked me in the eye and said, I'm watching your TikToks. I know you said something about a nurse. Why are they on my TikTok, though? They had to search me to find me. I don't come across everybody's page. They had to look my name up. Where did they get my name? From the information that's on file upstairs. I didn't know the information before I came here. So they had to look my name up to find me. That's all I said. I didn't say nothing bad about the nurse. I said I saw him roll his eyes when the person asked them about the medicine. He was supposed to have already gave it, and he hadn't. And they do a lot of things, and I understand. I never said a word. But I saw him roll his eyes and say, well, I mean, I just ain't got to it. It's okay, or something. I won't quote what he said because I don't remember exactly. And I saw him do that. But at the end of the day, that's my son laying on that bed, and he is responsible. So when I saw him say, well, I'll get to it, and roll his eyes, it bothered me. And it would bother any of you. I'm going to get an advocate. I'm going to go talk to one. I mean, it's possible it could have just popped up, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know why they feel they need to be on my social media when they're over the care of my son. Just this one person is all I'm talking about. Because they told me face to face they watched my TikTok. I don't know why they feel the need to get on my page when they're on over my son's care. They are up there working with my son. Not a nurse, not a doctor, but so they don't need, in my opinion, and opinions like assholes, everybody's got one. They don't need to be on my social media. They need to be worrying about what they're doing up there and not what I'm doing down here. They did. But why didn't they just come to me and say, hey, I heard there was something went down with the nurse this morning. Are you okay? Was there an issue? But they didn't do it that way. They said, I watch your TikTok. I saw what you said. And I said, you won't tell me that's my TikTok. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. But it makes me feel very uncomfortable because I know they're watching my social media and I run into them all the time. They work here. I'm not saying anything. All I'm saying is it makes me feel very uncomfortable when I see them because now I think they're watching what I do. Obviously, if they're taking the time out of their day to watch me here, then they can watch me up there because we're up there all the time together. Eddie is bad this morning. Very bad. Can we roll your window down? He's got pneumonia in both lungs. Hang on. I need to read this comment. They told me they seen it. They saw it. The person that took me in that room saw it. They told me they followed me. Anyway, Eddie's got double pneumonia, and they knew it could happen. But we were hoping against all hope that it wouldn't. But he now has pneumonia in both lungs. His left lung is far worse than the right. They went down in his lungs yesterday, and there was something in his lungs. They were looking for fluid, and they didn't find the fluid, but they found something else. So they took a sample of it, and they are seeing if it's going to grow anything. So to make sure nothing's growing in his lungs. They were thinking the fluid may be behind his lungs. As of last night, they said we'll just be monitoring it because they really didn't know what was going on. And they told me that. We're not really sure what's going on with his lungs, but we are watching it every step of the way, and we will figure it out. And I said, okay. And then this morning, they called me at 3 o'clock this morning and updated me. And then at 8 o'clock this morning, they called me and said, get upstairs. We're going to put another ECMO machine. So he's on 2 lung bypasses. Well, they're doing that now. But now that, because he's got pneumonia, he needs the extra oxygen because his lung was working just the tiniest bit. But now, he needs the extra oxygen, and one ECMO machine cannot give him what he needs. Do I need to go out again?
They started him on antibiotics, though?
Yeah, and they did start him on antibiotics because they sent it for a culture, but they wanted to be on top of it, so they already started him on antibiotics. We don't know. We'd also know his white blood count's up. That could be from his body trying to heal itself, or it could be from an infection or whatever it is. We just don't know. So they already started him on antibiotics just as a precautionary, you know. But now we do. It has been verified that he does have pneumonia in both lungs. That is, you want to be on TikTok? She don't want to be on TikTok. But his girlfriend's sitting to the right of me. She is here. She's been here most days. What about, hang on, I'm reading he has been in a medically induced coma since he came in, but 2 days ago they started waking him up. Like, he's not sedated. They may have resedated him now, but for 2 days he has just been getting his pain meds. Now, his pain medicine makes him sleepy. I don't know which antibiotic they started him on, but he has been awake. Like, when I go in his room, when he hears my voice, his blood pressure, the first time he done it, which I've tried to limit that because he still has 3 brain bleeds. When his blood pressure goes up, his brain bleeds more. Thank you for that. So when I go in his room, I don't talk, because if he hears my voice, he knows my voice. Now, does that mean he knows I'm his mama? We don't know, but I know that he recognizes my voice. He may not know who I am, but he knows he's heard my voice. So his blood pressure jumped from 131 to 174 instantly. So when he started recognizing, he recognized her voice. So once he started recognizing her voices, I stopped all visitors, including, oh, thank you, including myself. When I'll go back, I don't talk. Unless they've just given him pain medicine to where he can't consciously hear me, I don't talk, because his blood pressure goes up. But as of right now, I've stopped all visitors. I'm not letting anybody back. Just because they are able to, when they fixed his legs and stuff, see, he was on traction, and we couldn't, like, raise him up in the bed, like it raised his head. We had to keep him somewhat flat. But when they fixed his legs, they can now raise his head up in the bed. And that's helping with the drainage, because he's got so much fluid on his lungs. But as of this morning, they're putting a second ECMO machine, which is a lung bypass machine, on him because he does have pneumonia. We're thinking he has an infection because his white blood count's up. And he does have some lung bypass machine on him because he does have pneumonia. We're thinking he has an infection because his white blood count's up, and he does have something in his lungs, but they are culturing it right now to see if it will grow anything. They've already started him on antibiotics, because they know with their doctors, but they knew that this could happen, because with a lot of the traumatic injuries when you're in the bed, no, this is something separate from the pneumonia. They found something in his lungs. It's not the pneumonia. They know he has pneumonia. This is something different they found in his lungs. I know pneumonia is an infection, but last night, before they knew he had pneumonia, they went down his lungs, then they found something else in his lungs. And they cleaned it out, and they took a culture. So whatever that is, they're trying to make sure nothing's growing in his lungs. And then this morning they discovered he does have pneumonia, but they had already started him on an antibiotic. He was already on antibiotic before they determined he had pneumonia. So he's got several things going on. But his white count is up, and it could be from a number of things. But they already had him on antibiotics before they determined he had pneumonia. So he's already got a head start on that. And then this morning, they called me at 3 o'clock this morning and gave me an update. And they said they were just going to monitor him. They were honest. They said, we really don't know what's going on with his lungs. But we did the culture. And we think he might have pneumonia, but we're not 100% sure, but we're going to go ahead and start him on antibiotics. So now that we know, the antibiotics are already in his system. So they got a head start on that. Prayers from England, thank you. He hasn't been on an antibiotic. Maybe I am confused. I'm just telling you what the doctors told me. I'm no doctor. I'm not a nurse. All I'm saying is he hasn't been on an antibiotic. When his blood count went up and they found the stuff in his lungs, they put him on an antibiotic. He was on one, but they took him off. But now he's back on. So maybe I am confused. But I'm just telling you what they said. He wasn't on an antibiotic, but when they found the stuff in his lungs, they put him on an antibiotic. But I'm no doctor. I'm no nurse. All I'm doing is repeating what they tell me. And it's possible that I could get it messed up. There's a lot going on. And my memory's not the best. Canada. Thank you, darling. Hey, I look at it like this. I'm doing the best I can do to share with you what they tell me. And that's the best I can do. And if that's not good enough, then you should just probably scroll on, because all I can do is my best. I'm not perfect. The only perfect person in this world was nailed to a cross. I'm nowhere close to that. I make mistakes. My back, it's doing a little better today. Somebody on here bought me a TENS unit, and I use it every day, all day. Mississippi, I was just in Mississippi. I can't check your message, whoever's saying that, till I get off live.
Nobody's calling me.
Well, answer it. He probably don't know I'm sitting beside of him.
Hello. Oh, Wi-Fi. I'll just text him. Is this his number?
Yeah, answer.
Hello.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm doing the best I can do. And I'm sorry that I get confused or this or that, but you don't have to come on here and correct me. You can if you want.
I'm in Lisa's
All I can
truck.
do
I'm
is the
right next
best
to
I
you.
can do, and if that doesn't make you happy, then just go on. I don't know what else to tell you.
Okay, thank you.
I've never been a people pleaser. I've always, I don't really care. I'm sorry, I'm doing my best. That's all I can do.
Okay, yeah. I'm right over
There isn't a GoFundMe because GoFundMe makes money for you to donate. So I don't feel like anybody should benefit from this wreck. So if you want to donate, you can donate to Venmo or Cash App. It's the same name as my TikTok, Lisa Marie 2469. Every single cent, if you follow me before this, you'll know I'm a very hard worker. I work all the time. I make my own money. I pay my own bills. I don't take care of nobody but me. So I won't get benefit from any of the money. It will go straight to him. Well, I've already got it set up. I've got Venmo and I've got Cash App. There's two options. And I don't get 9 million notifications. It goes to the Venmo. I haven't even looked at it. Like, I don't even know how much has been donated. I know that it goes to that account. I've got the card put away in my pocketbook. Every dime goes to Eddie. I will be the one caring for Eddie. So I know he gets the money. If somebody else makes a GoFundMe, who knows? I mean, legally, if you make a GoFundMe, if you take my son's picture and make a GoFundMe and people donate, you can still do with that money what you wish. So people can scam you. I didn't even ask for donations. But if you want to donate, he had a motorcycle wreck at over 100 miles an hour. Hit a car that was barely moving. Neither one of his lungs work. He has pneumonia and many, many, many broken bones. But yeah, I know if y'all want to donate, and like I said, I didn't ask for donations, but if y'all want to, go to the GoFundMe or the Cash App. You can put whatever, you know. You don't have to.
Hi, are you
Huh?
Lisa?
I am.
Would you have a minute for us?
Sure.
We just wanted to chit chat. You want to
About
come
what?
inside, or you want to?
About what?
Well, we just wanted to talk about. We understood you had some concerns.
I don't have any
So-
concerns.
Don't have any concerns about
Oh, no, the person that took me in that room, it makes me uncomfortable, but I don't have any.
took you a
My
while.
my son is my main concern,
Right.
and he's being taken care of. I'm down here minding my business.
Well, that's
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
bothering a soul.
No.
I'm just-
what we're getting, the information we're getting from folks that know you, I guess.
I
Feel like that you're uncomfortable here, so we.
Well,
wanted to see if
I'm
we can help.
uncomfortable with the person that took me in that room because they follow me on my TikTok.
What room are we talking about? I'm sorry.
They pulled me in a room the other day. I
Oh,
had a
okay.
cot up there, and I had extra food, and I know that's wrong. There's fire rules,
okay.
and
Okay.
I fixed that.
Okay.
But they told me they follow me on my social media. So now when I go in the hospital, when I see them, I feel like they're watching me because they openly admitted to me that they watch my social media.
Okay.
And it's like a nurse supervisor or something.
Okay.
I didn't say anything's wrong. They haven't done anything. It made me feel uncomfortable to the point that I didn't even go upstairs yesterday because
why
I
we
feel
wanted
like
to-
they're watching me.
I don't want you to not be able to go see your son.
I
because you're
still do. It just made me uncomfortable because they said they watch my social media. You know, I don't bother soul. I come down here, I cry, I sit by myself. I'm not saying they done anything wrong.
No,
I'm
it's
saying
okay.
they just made me very uncomfortable to
Because
the
they knew-
point that
they
I
knew
don't want
about
to
your
go up
social
there
media
because I
site?
don't want to see them.
Because they knew about your social media, you mean, or?
I'm sorry, I don't know. And I'm not
okay.
trying to be disrespectful, but it's a man, but he's dressed up as a woman. So I don't know. I just refer to them as they. It's a
Okay.
nursing suit. I'm not trying to be
Okay.
disrespectful. Not
Okay.
what they do is their business. I don't
Okay.
care. But when they took me in that room, they told me to take my cot out because I was sleeping upstairs. I
Right.
said I should have asked, and somebody had brought a bunch of food,
Right.
and that's an issue with the butt. I said okay. I took it all out,
Okay.
and I told them if I ate what I didn't eat, I would either take out or throw away. I've done everything.
Okay.
But when they took me in that room, they said they watched my social media because I had said something about a nurse. Nothing negative. I said, you get paid to do your job. If you do little extras, that's on you. This particular nurse, that morning when I walked in that room, they had lungs running down things in my son's lungs. And I walked in and I saw them doing that. And it scared me. I thought it was dying. I see his body was raising up. Okay. I asked the nurse, I said, did you call me? I didn't hear it. I ain't slept minimal, just maybe an hour a day, but somebody above him came in and said, what's up with the medicine? And I saw him roll his eyes and say, well, I hadn't got to it, but I will. He didn't do it to me, but I saw him do it. So I said on my social media, which I have an opinion, I'm allowed to have that. I didn't say nothing bad. I just said some nurses do, their job, and some nurses go above and beyond, but they all do a good job. So when they took me into that room, they told me they watched my social media, and that made me uncomfortable because they're up there working with my son. And the fact that they're even watching, why are they watching my social media? My son should be, I'm allowed to vent. Like, I'm going through a lot. Me and his dad have been here. I haven't left the property.
Right.
I'm trying to do the best I can do. I don't bother nobody. But they make me feel very uncomfortable because they told me they watch my social media.
Well, so
And they're watching and asking me questions like the nurse. I said, if I had a problem, I would have asked for him to be removed.
Yeah.
But if they hadn't have watched my social media to begin with, then I wouldn't have known they were following me, and I wouldn't feel uncomfortable. All I'm saying is,
Yeah.
I feel, since they told me they're watching me, I feel like they're watching me here. Not that they are.
I got you.
I
Okay.
don't know, but
So
it makes
I
me
think-
feel very
So
uncomfortable.
we've and I maybe you don't know this, but we've had some of your followers reach out to the hospital directly,
I didn't know that.
and so that's how we came to know that you were on.
Well, I'm
social
sorry
media.
if I was defensive.
No,
I've
no,
just,
it's okay. I just
I'm
wanted
going
to,
through it. Me and his dad have been
Absolutely.
the only two here. Like, we haven't left.
Yeah,
I'm going through a lot. My son's on 2 ECMO machines.
I hear you. I'm sorry.
We don't know he's going to live, but I'm not saying anything bad about here. I've done nothing
Well,
but
that's
praise
why
everybody.
when
But
we got word,
everybody
that
said
you
I
were
needed a
struggling,
patient
right,
advocate.
Like and so that's why we came. Then from what your followers shared last night when they called, you were uncomfortable even coming in the building.
I am.
Which is why
I sat down here all day. I didn't go up until his dad got back. We're not together, but we're going through this together.
Yeah.
And I waited on him because it seems like I know he works at, or she. I'm sorry. I'm just to refer as they. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm not new to that.
That's okay.
Okay.
It's all right.
I didn't know if they had. I
She
see it
is
on
fine.
TikTok, but I've never.
It's okay.
So
She.
they are up there because they work on that floor.
So,
But like this morning, I had to go up. They put him on a second ECMO machine because he's got pneumonia now. And the one machine can't keep him alive. So I was up there. I was in his room, and then she walked in. And I was like, well, I didn't think nothing. But then when I walked out, I noticed she was watching to see which way I went down the hall. And I was like, why was she? It just made me feel so uncomfortable because she told me she was watching my social media.
okay.
And I feel like when I go up there now, it's all in my mind. It may not be happening, but it's made me feel so uncomfortable.
Well, and I think what we've done is that we started paying attention to your social media so we can help you because your team, your followers are calling. And
well,
we are
I
trying
just
to help.
told them,
So-
you know, please don't call. It just makes it worse on me.
Well, but we don't want it to
because-
feel that way. If you have concerns, we just want to try to
Like,
give you an
I mean-
opportunity so you can reach out to us.
But they keep telling me to get a patient.
So
There's people around, and it's not TikTok's fault. There's people around the world, like supporting Eddie and me. Like they're what's getting me through it. Because me and him have been the only two people here. Like,
right. Well, and we want you to feel like you have a line of communication directly.
well,
to us.
I was just
Not
talking
that
about
we
a patient
care,
advocate or
and we
what
have
what
them.
do I need?
Yeah,
But
we can
see,
get your patient
since we've
advocates,
been
so-
here, not one soul has
So-
talked to me from the hospital.
Okay.
I didn't even know they had showers for 4 days
Yeah.
until somebody from TikTok sent a gift, and she said, "Is there anything you need?" I said, "I could really use a shower because they told me when I got here that I really need to stay here and not leave. Don't leave." So I've been here.
Yeah.
I've been without shower. I've been, just whatever I need to do to be with my boy. And then they did that. Not that they did anything wrong, but now I feel like I'm being watched, and
Yeah.
it makes me very uncomfortable. And it may not be that they're not watching me, but I know they watch me on social media.
Yeah.
So now it bothers me to go up there because I know that's where they work. I'm not trying to start. It just made me feel uncomfortable when they said that.
Well, yeah, just know, I think that came up because we were notified that you had voiced concerns on social media. And then
Well,
when your followers
and you
called
can
is what
watch it.
prompted.
All I said was that you are like him. He's paid to be a police officer. Some police officers will see somebody out here homeless and say, "Can I help you with anything?"
Well, and it's
some
your
police
social
officers
media.
will come out and say, "You need to leave the premises." Some people do more and some people do less.
I hear you.
I never said a bad word about the nurse.
Right.
Like, if I thought there was an issue, I'd have had him pulled off. But I was venting.
Yeah.
Because these people on TikTok were all I vent. To keep from making a bad decision or saying something mean here, I make TikToks.
Gotcha.
You know, I didn't mean nothing bad, and you can watch them all. I've never said nothing but praise about this.
Well-
I just want to feel like I can go upstairs and see my son, and I don't want to feel like not that he's doing it. Like I said, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I just need to. I don't feel like I need to worry about somebody watching me because they told me they were watching me. My social media.
Yeah. So our struggle with social media, and we're all learning, right? But our struggle with social media is we want to make sure that we are being respectful of the patient. We've had people come in and they're taking videos and showing body parts and things that are.
I did
inappropriate.
post my video. I showed my son, and in that video, I showed that video. If it saves one other young person, if they can look at my son in that bed because he made a terrible mistake to go fast, and it makes one other child or adult not do what we have done, it would be worth showing my son. That's why I did that.
Well, and that part is not, but we've
I didn't show anybody else.
well, right, but we've had others, and so that's why we're kind of acutely aware. And so, but then when your followers started calling about
And I
concerns about you,
apologize. I didn't.
no, well, I mean, I appreciate it.
They
They're
see me
advocating-
struggling.
they're
They worry.
advocating for you,
I
right?
mean, they worry.
So, but we want to make sure you have like an open line of communication with us, so we can help. So, not that we care if you vent to
Right.
whoever.
I mean,
but
like I
so
told
we have
him,
that.
I said,
So-
I will post the social, it's mine. And that's my one outlet because I don't have anybody coming here. I have nobody to talk to. And my husband's in the van sleeping. That's where we're sleeping in that van. He's got his own thoughts, so I don't want to put mine on him. So I do TikTok.
Are you all from?
We live over, just 15 minutes from
Okay, so
here.
not
But they
terrible.
told me I shouldn't leave because if he codes, I have to sign papers. Like, I have to be upstairs.
Yeah.
I have to be here.
So I think so you're not going to be any good to him if you're not able to take care of yourself. So
I understand that.
I want to try to figure out a way where you can have some semblance of a reprieve, because
That's why I stay down here. I don't want to bother nobody.
But I mean, even just resting,
It's hard to rest when your son's on life support. You know, I lay down, but my head my mind won't shut down. I can't shut my mind down.
Yeah.
I try to rest, and sometimes I get so exhausted I'll just fall asleep. But as far as me just saying, I know I've got so bad 3 days in that I couldn't even remember to pick my feet up when I was walking. I was that tired.
And ultimately, it'll catch up, and I think
And it has, and that's why the people from TikTok, they brought me the cot, and then they said, well, it's a fire hazard. I said, I understand, I'll take it out. And there was excess food. I did all that. I took care of it.
Okay.
But I hurt so bad when I sleep in my truck because I tried. I broke my back. I've got a bad sciatic nerve. So I was like, I don't know. So we brought this van here. We slept in it last night, and he's sleeping in it now.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to call. I just want to be here, but it made me so uncomfortable when she told me.
Well,
that.
let me say this. Let me assure you this. So, if somebody's watching your TikToks,
I don't care.
Right? But I don't want you to feel. I just want to make sure that we're looking. Our first job is to look after your son, which I feel like we're trying to do. And we're doing
right, and you're doing an amazing job, and I praise you all.
But as a extension of him, you and his dad and anybody else, right? So just know that we want to try to help. So if we can help, or if you have a concern, we don't. You can put it.
Well, as you can see, I've been here by myself since Saturday. Like, there ain't nobody.
So
it's just us.
Yeah. Well,
and I'm not one to reach out because. I don't know. I'm a very independent woman. I drive dump trucks. I run heavy equipment. Like, I try to do everything by myself.
Yeah.
For that reason, people.
And you've done it for years, I'm sure.
I have.
Well,
but
I guess that was the thing, is once we heard that you were uncomfortable even coming in the building, I just wanted to touch base and see if we can figure out, like, how we can help, because I want you to be comfortable. I don't think
it's not them, but they told me they watched my, and I'm like, well, if they're watching me there, and then I seen them look to see which way I went down the hall, I feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I just want to be able to be here and be with my son.
Well, I think they're sensitive because there's concern. People on social media
they see me crying, and they're worried.
They're videoing like other patients and other family members and talking about other patients, and that's where it comes.
No, I do hear people talking in the ICU waiting room.
So, yeah. Well, I think that's probably if people know that you're on social media, like, and have a large following and have talked about the hospital in general, that's probably where it's coming from, is a concern about pulling other patients or other family members in, video and other things.
No, I don't do. I only video myself.
Well,
I did show my son once, but I would do that again if it shaves one person from doing what he did.
Well, I think that might be why you feel like somebody's paying attention to where you're at or what you're doing. Is
I only feel that way because she told me she was watching my TikTok.
So
that's why I feel that way. She told me. She looked me dead in my eyes and told me that.
Yeah, that she had.
And then when I watched her, and like I said, she may not be doing nothing wrong, but she made me feel that way.
Right.
Like, I didn't even go up all day yesterday because I didn't want to run into her.
Well, I don't think I can tell you. I know her. That was not intended to make you feel that way.
No, but it did.
Well,
it did.
And I get that. So how can we make you feel more comfortable? Because I want you to be able to go up and spend time with your son. Obviously, our nurse team needs to be able to do their job.
I understand.
So I just want to make sure that you're.
That's why I haven't said anything, you know.
Well, but
I know it's me thinking they're watching me. It's me. It's a me problem.
Well,
but I can't take that out of my head just because, you say we do it for you, but I can't erase how I feel,
I get it. So I just want to see what we can do for you. I mean, like, what can we do to?
I don't know.
Yeah. And that way you will have someone that you can reach out to directly if you feel uncomfortable, if you feel like you need support coming up to see your son. So I'll bring that information back out to you.
Like, she didn't do it. I just feel that way because she watches my social media.
Yeah.
And
well,
then
I don't
she brought
know
up
that she
several
was until your followers started calling, though.
Right.
I guess, does that make sense?
It does. It does.
And I can't speak for sure. I haven't asked that question, but I don't know that any of the nursing team, unless you know, was a follower before.
Oh no, not that I know of.
But I think that when your followers started calling, I think it was almost like let's look and see, is this
They're
really
worried
happening?
about me. I'm
Well,
not-
and is this really happening, or is somebody calling and making stuff up? Because
No, it's really happened.
Right.
Like
So that was- I
that
think,
did happen, and
was
I
why
was in the
she
wrong.
did.
There's
Yeah.
rules and regulations,
Yeah.
but I'm concerned. But I shouldn't been. I should have been thinking about it. But my main concern is my son,
I
and
hear
that,
you.
but I corrected that. But then when I seen her watching me go out, and then I said, "Let me go to the restroom," and she beat me downstairs and was standing there when I got off the elevator. And I put things in my own mind. I'm an overthinker, and I'm going through a lot. It does make me. I don't know how to take that out of my head, and I
Well,
apologize. And I have been online. Like these people, my family does not come here, but these people from around the world will come here. They call me, they check on me.
Mm-hmm.
So they're worried about me because you can see the state I'm in.
Yep.
They just put him on another ECMO machine this morning. He's got pneumonia in both
for them to
lungs.
reach
Like,
out to the hospital directly.
well, see, I didn't know who to reach for
So-
one. Nobody's even talked to me since I've stepped foot in this hospital. Like, here's what we have. We have a shower. If you need laundry, do you need a place to just take a nap? No, nobody. All I know is they come and told me not to do that.
Well, so
But
so
they
let
didn't
us-
give me another avenue to go down
Gotcha.
to find what I need.
Okay, so see, that's what we need to know. So let us get you some info, right? Because I mean, I know we've got somewhere you can do your laundry. I
I've
mean,
been up there,
I
yeah.
wish we had, somewhere you could go and stay and all the stuff on campus. But we're every single room just about we've got this hospital's got a patient in it. But we have some options and some things, and certainly in the building where I know we can do. Got a spot to do laundry and those.
I've been on the 6th floor, yeah.
Yeah.
I went up there and took a shower.
Yeah, so got some things that we can help with, but mainly so you got like a line of communication.
Right. I haven't had any
So,
communication
yeah,
with
so-
anybody until she did that. And then now I feel this. I apologize. I can't change. I've got so much going on. But as you can see, I'm not trying to complain. I'm not trying to. I've been down here in my truck crying by myself. I don't want to involve anybody. I just want to be here.
So-
If I cause a problem, y'all can make me leave. I don't want that.
No. Well,
But I do have to have an outlet, and that's what TikTok's for.
I hear you.
Like-
Okay, so I have one thing I'd like to ask. Okay, and this is really just be aware. Just be aware that if when you're videoing, especially inside the hospital, and it sounds like you already are about it.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
Right,
I'll do a
because-
video of me, but I'm only done like one video of 80.
And
But
would
I did
ask
that purpose.
when you're videoing, especially inside the hospital, and it sounds like you already are about it.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
Right,
I'll do a
because-
video of me, but I'm only done like one
Right,
video of
and-
80.
And
But
would
I did
ask
that